Oh, okay. Now we're seeing stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, I'm hearing myself. Hold on. Okay. Okay, good. Alright. So here I have the model pulled up in Adobe Substance Painter. As you can see, looks pretty good. And here's the wireframe. Pretty decent topology. I am Bearded Shepherd. That's who I am. Alright. Topology, I think it's around like 15,000 polygons. So the first thing I'm going to do here is bake my AO. That's the first thing I always do whenever I start painting on stuff. I've already done that, but just to show you guys how to do that, it's pretty simple. So once I have that baked, I'm going to go here to base color, open a fill layer, and project show all. And then I'm just going to pop in my ambient occlusion. Also, I'm playing Spotify playlist, and I do not have Spotify Premium, so sorry about the ads. Alright, so here we are. We have our AO baked, and I usually like to make this the skin layer, but I actually already painted like a base body beforehand, so I have a skin texture that I'm going to go ahead and slap on. But I'm actually going to put another layer and just start working on the clothes. I'm going to call this leather. Pop that in. And I like to use the, what is this called? Gradient. I know it has a name on it. What is it? There's no way it's called gradient. What the heck? Okay. Anyways, I use that, and I'm going to go ahead and color pick from the concept. And we'll just start selecting the parts. Let me know if you think the music's too loud or I'm too loud. All that stuff, because this is my first time doing a stream ever. So a little bit of patience would be nice. It's laggy. Okay, maybe I can close my Photoshop. Who are you and where's? Oh, I am Bearded Shepherd. I am Bearded Shepherd, otherwise known as Daniel. I messed up. Oh, okay. I always like to set my camera to the lowest field of view, so there's not like any distortion. Okay, and then I'm going to set a layer for the hair. I mean, I don't know what else I can do to make the stream not laggy. Quite laggy is an understatement. Yikes. Okay. That's not fun. Is my voice also laggy? I need to lower my bit rate. Okay. How does one do that? Stream settings. Stream status poor. True. Okay, maybe that's on OBS. I'm streaming at 4K. Yeah, that's probably a problem. Where would I go change that? Change my output resolution. Okay. I don't know where to do that though. I'm checking output. Oh, okay. Video bitrate. Should I change that? Any help is appreciated. I'm a noob at this, obviously. Martin, should I change the video bitrate? Maybe it's in Stream tab? There's not really anything in Stream tab. I mean, if I change this, maybe lower it, like, should help, right? But how much? Also, does this actually apply to the current stream? Check the video tab. Everything seems to be locked out. Is the res too high? Martin said I was at 4K. My chat is delayed. I don't know what to do, guys. Stream settings, everything is pretty limited. There's no slow mode. I don't see anything for delay. Because I'm active, yeah. So what, I would have to restart the stream? Okay. In that case, I'm going to end the stream. And then I'll come back in a little bit. So I should change my settings to like 1920p, right? And then what else do you think? Must be delayed by a lot. The chat. Oh, it did? Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and continue then. I can still lower the resolution. But I'd have to restart this stream though, right? Better, still lower res. So do I need to restart the stream? 2K bitrate is not that much. I mean, I'm just gonna sit here and paint for a little bit, and then you guys can let me know if it's like unbearable, and that I have to restart for sure, if that's fine. I need to restart the stream. I mean, I'm sure if I restart the stream, I don't have to like create a new video, right? Not laggy for me, but I'm on the phone. Nice, okay. Alright, so I was just clearing out the mask of the leather to showcase all the areas that there would be visible skin. So that looks right. And now I'm going to do the brown leather, I guess. Mask that out. This is kind of the boring part of the process, but it's like the setup that kind of sets you up for success later. I love to paint with mask because anytime I do like chromas and stuff, it makes it a lot easier. Oops, I actually did the wrong layer. There we go. A little dark. Sometimes I'll make it like a really bright color, just so I can really see it. She has a bell that come across her chest here. Okay. It's just that little bit for now because I'm gonna have to hand paint that part because I don't have like an actual model piece. And the reason for that is because of the animation deformations. I had a feeling it was gonna be an absolute nightmare to try and like weight all of that whenever I get to the weighting process. So I mean, I think it'll look good with just painting on top of the actual jacket for that part, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll see. This is just a handle. Let me actually put up the volume here and then the music. I like that one. Alright, and then we got the belt action here. So does the stream seem good for you guys? I haven't seen any complaints. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I mean, I'll mostly just be sitting here
How powerful is the Cox
doing my
network?
thing.
So powerful that one day the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away.
A lot of people ask about my process, so that's why I feel like it was important to go ahead and start streaming.
The Cox network with gig speeds everywhere. It's
You guys can see how I do it.
Today, Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply.
It's actually black.
At SimpliSafe, our award-winning home security has advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Now get 50% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/Spotify. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe.
Very low quality, so it quality's not great.
Any ideas
But
for
if you don't want to
food
restart,
tonight?
you're fine to finish
What
like this.
about one of those
Okay.
Schlotsky's bundles?
Bundles?
Yeah, with a 4-sandwich Sammy Sampler bundle. Or a pizza 4-pack bundle with a salad. Plus,
I mean,
ooh,
the highest
little
quality
bitty buns. Schlotsky's has
thing
done
you'll
all
see
the
here is
things.
probably her skin texture. So does that look like
How come I never
nice
get
and clean and
ear-electric for
sharp?
cutting the lawn?
Whatever.
Schlotsky's bundles. 4 sandwiches or 4 pizzas with a salad. It's dinner figured out.
This would be like what the most rendered out piece of the texture would look like. So if this looks good, then I think we're fine. Where else does she have leather? That's not leather. It's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see there's a pretty big delay, which I'm not a fan of. I'm going to see if I can fix that later, because I don't know exactly how to do that. Okay, that's all the leather for now. Throw my AO. Let me fix this color. Okay. Then we have the actual metal parts. It's mostly when moving you have some pixelation. Oh. Yeah, I'll try not to move that much then. That's gonna be hard though. Daggers. The spiky parts. The skull. Belt buckle. The design I have here is kind of a good mix of everything. It's like a mix of the Wild Rift model and the ASU concept made by Minigami, I think is how you say it. So it's not like 100% this concept, and it's also not 100% Wild Rift. There's a lot of like design inconsistencies, so I kind of just like try to pick out parts that would make sense to be there, and also trying to keep it like fresh. Generally, hoping that the design, you know, makes sense. Because like, I mean, the current Katarina, she has like, I think it's actually LR art. She has like a bunch of spikes here, which like doesn't seem to make any sense. It's kind of like a dated design choice, I guess, because of how, you know, she was made at a very early time for League of Legends. And I guess, you know, you could say most of the designs were kind of like chalked up together in a way that was like, oh, does this look cool? And if it does, then go for it. But, you know, they didn't really think about like practicality or if it made sense, in my opinion at least. I'm sure most of you agree. I mean, I can't imagine like Katarina stabbing people with the front of her leg. Like, she has so many daggers and stuff. Why would she focus on just using her legs? She's not Camille. Okay, so there's like a metal bit here, and the Wild Rift model has a metal bit there, so let's map that out. It's right here. Those UVs are kind of messy. Yeesh. I mean, it's fine if it looks good when I start properly rendering it, but you can already see there's like some pretty nasty pixelation. Might not be an issue, but we'll see. Okay. Oh yeah, she's missing the UV for that under part of the boot. Whoops. I mean, it's fine. Those UVs are mirrored, so as long as I paint really good texture here, it'll look good when I add that back. Hello? Vino. Hello. Okay, and the daggers we went for is the one she has in her comic. I think this part's supposed to be gold, which is kind of weird because Katarina never has gold in her. She doesn't really have depictions with gold in her costume. But I'll paint that with the silver metal. Here's the dagger handle. There it is. Okay. And of course the bracers here. She does have like leather on this arm. Let me see. I might have to end up like going in by hand and tracing out the outline for that. Or it might be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. And then her hand. And then, but she has fingerless gloves. Okay. Yeah, my skin texture underneath. Looks weird from afar. Yes, it is Katarina. Katarina poggers, get hype. Get hype. Oh, there's a belt here. Brown leather. And then metal. Heel. Okie dokie. So, it looks like I've pretty much masked out all of the different materials. Let me just get this belt here. Okay. So that's how it looks like. And then once I start painting, keeps things organized. I'm gonna grab the gradient here and color pick. Okay. There we go. So which part should I paint first, guys? You want to see me paint metal, leather, or the hair? Probably most of you want the hair. ahead and add a paint layer. I do appreciate when people use proper tools and not Photoshop's outdated and soon to be removed 3D workspace. Yeah, I mean, I've tried using that before, and it was by far laggy, much more laggy than it would be in Substance Painter. I mean, Substance Painter is literally designed for 3D painting and texturing. I don't think Photoshop is. You think the belts first? Okay. Anybody else wanna? They think you want belts first or something else? I'll go with the majority here. Leather's pretty fun to paint. I have some custom brushes in Substance Painter. I just put the word brush underscore, and then everything you see there is custom brushes. I always like to use the hard round circle brush, just because I like to see hard edges, especially when I'm starting out. So I can map out like areas of light and darkness. So you think I should work on the belts first? Okay. In that case, let's do that then, since I don't see anybody else saying otherwise. So thanks to the AO bake, we already have some like lights and dark areas. I think baking your AO and using a gradient on top of it is really important, so you can actually visualize the shadows and stuff without needing like a lit scene. I'm kind of just like roughly blocking out areas of shadow. So underneath her hair, which is like huge on most skins, you're not really going to see. Please all make her daggers gold. Okay. We'll see when we get there. I mean, I guess I'll probably do gold at first, and then change it later. Slightly modified circle brushes. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the best way as well. I'm just roughly blocking out. I don't really care too much about polishing stuff right now. Keeping in mind the top-down lighting that League has. It's going to create shadow here, and then up here will be lighter. Usually under the arms, like in this general line, they like to put shadows. Not always though. I think with Ari they didn't really do that. I don't have an example here though. I would have to search that up. Sometimes they'll put like a different color. They call it the bounce light, just to add like extra color to the model. Otherwise it would just be pure shadow, and that doesn't really look good in certain animations. What is going on here? I need to turn off back face culling. Now we can paint there. I usually like to keep as zoomed out as possible when texturing, because obviously, like in League of Legends, you're never going to be fully zoomed into your character. So it's really important to make sure that it reads properly from afar. Shadow here. Top down. Might have to pronounce, make it bigger. Of course, the shadow here. It's a little too much. Let's get our eraser. You guys can hear the music, right? And do you think I should make it a little bit louder?
I'm Ken Jung. If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back,
It's not cool when there's ads, though.
over-the-counter dry eye drops typically work by lubricating the eyes.
They may provide temporary relief, but probably won't touch me.
For this area, I do like to make it a little bit darker.
Zygra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
And then like directly in the back is a little bit brighter. Because you're always going to be viewing your character from like the backside mostly. Sometimes you might face them from here. You might face them at an angle, but it's not very common, I think. But yeah. Yeah, I can hear the music, but rather muted. I'll find them. Okay. I don't want it to be like blaring, but just enough to be there. I do like that Minigami made this, I guess, bra piece, crop top, whatever, leather, because it's a good contrast against her purely black leather jacket. What song is this? Yumi? Skipping that. I've never heard of Yumi's theme. I do like this brown color here. It's kind of like a reddish kind of tone. It's pretty nice. It's a little bit more of a saturated color than what we already have laid down, so it should really bring extra contrast and make it pop out, which is what we want for highlights. I mean, I don't want to lay down too much and kind of undo all the work we've already done, but just kind of trying to keep it contained. I think for most artists, it's like super easy to, um, like some people they start with highlights first, some people start with shadows, and then once you start doing the whatever like the other side is, like if you start with highlights, then you go to shadows. Um, they probably find themselves like undoing a lot of the work that they did. So you kind of have to be a little bit careful with that. Okay, that's a good mix of everything. Are these? Okay, the boots are not mirrored at this part, I think. Wait, they might be. Yeah, they are. I have to fix that. That's fine though, for now. I'm not going to fully render out the leather because I like to keep everything kind of at the same level of completion. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the dark leather. The music might be too low. Music, of course, is courtesy of Riot Games. It's the creator safe playlist. Again, sorry if I'm a bit awkward. This is my first time streaming, so don't really know what to do, but I'm just doing my thing. And hopefully you guys like it. I was obsessed with the Kali theme for a long time. What's your guys' favorite League of Legends theme, champion theme? According to this color, it's kind of brownish, which I don't really like. I do like Minigami's like slightly purple tint because I think it'll be good contrast. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that, make it a bit brighter, more bluish, and just start painting. Roughly blocking out. So work on stream chat delay, especially since you are wanting to direct our chat. Yeah. You love Kindred's the most? Yeah, I like Kindred. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the best. My personal favorite is, oh, it's kind of hard actually. I was really obsessed with the Nunu and Willem theme. I really love that one. Because you can tell there's like a story in there. And it's just really nice to experience. And then there's the Pantheon theme, which is like super hype, like badass. And that one's like super hype. I love that one. And there's also Volibear theme, which I like as well. Ornn is good, but I like his teaser video better. It's like a woman singing. I don't know what language, but I actually prefer that one over his actual theme. 25, 30 second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna fix that for next stream. See what I can do. Because I'd prefer to be like real time. I'm not like gaming or anything, so there's no need for a delay. Brown leather. Turn off symmetry. Okay, maybe I changed my mind about the blue. It's a little too much. Let's try an HSL filter. Maybe. I think it's just too saturated. I really like the painting that they did on the actual in-game model for Wild vs. Katarina. I can tell they probably made a new model. I also like the hair color. It's like slightly pinkish on the highlights, which I think is nice. This one is like kind of greenish, desaturated green, which is not bad. I mean, Katarina doesn't really have too much color. Okay, here's kind of bluish. Maybe I keep it blue. Annie. Whatever, we'll keep it. So there's just a simple lockout for that, lighting and shadow. Let's actually paint more shadow. Where's my cursor? So do you guys have any favorite themes aside from Nagi? Nagilant? 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 I don't know how to say that. Stupid. Okay. So at the knee, yes, boobs. At the knee, I like to do a little crease here to make it look more natural. Also kind of like to do it at the butt as well. Natural kind of folds that happen there. Just say Nagi. Okay. Gotcha. Also, what was the question? Talk to this. Oh, I was just asking if anybody else had favorite champion themes. You said yours was Kindred. Okay, a little bit of asymmetry here. So we got the shadow here. Need that. Are you changing her hair to have more volume? Yeah. I adjusted the model outside of Substance to give her a little bit more, to make her hair stick out a little bit more there. I think that was the only area that I received complaints about. I don't remember if I thickened this part as well, but I might have. Okay. Symmetry true. You like the dark tone fantasy? Yeah, if I'm in the mood for it, but it's not my go-to. I like really happy stuff. That's why I really like Willem, Willem thing. What is the safest website used custom one? As far as I know, it's RuneForge and Killer Skins. I cannot say the same for any other custom modding websites. Because I know we do not promote like skin hacking, you know, making paid skins for free. We do not support like hacking in general, like making hitboxes and stuff easier for people, showing turret range. Yeah. But if you use any of those mods that do that, then I mean I can't guarantee your safety. I have been using custom skins since like late December of 2020, which is also when I started working on custom skins. And I have not been banned. Also, Riot hasn't like outright said, we do not support custom skins. So, just like, use it just use it for like having fun. I'll try to like cheat the game. And then you'll probably be fine. I make this underside of the arm a little bit darker.
The Whataburger Jalapeno Cheddar Biscuit is back.
Whataburger? Let's
But
go.
some folks have yet to try it. So let's not do the thing where we're like, you've never
I
had
love how the
jalapeno
ads are
cheddar
louder than the
biscuit
music.
before? You know what?
Cool.
It's okay. Let's just invite them to try this flaky, cheesy, and slightly spicy goodness for themselves. The Jalapeno Cheddar Biscuit, available as a sandwich or on its own from 11
Okay.
p.m. to 11 a.m. for a limited
Get a
time.
crease here because
Whataburger, just like you like it.
whenever she bends her arm, whatever, you want it to look natural. Obviously, when like champions do their animations and stuff, there's not really going to be like creases because the topology there's just not enough topology, not enough polygons. So you kind of have to like fake the folds with the paint.
I'm Jonathan Goldstein, and on this season of Heavyweight, the search
Can't wait
for
to
a
use your
beloved
model
hero
for Katarina
who's been
game.
missing
Yeah,
for over 20
thank
years.
you.
A man shot by his
Yeah, I
coworkers
tested her out
in a hotel room.
a
And
little bit
to be
ago.
honest,
She's
the
using the
anti-Semitic
Battle Queen
ex-wife
Katarina skeleton
was
because
I understand that,
um,
if I present my
the way it's
portfolio
posed
to a
is
mental
better
institution,
than the original. The
welcome
original kind of has like a
to the
slight
new season of
A
Heavyweight
pose,
on
but
Spotify,
the legs are like,
wherever you get your podcasts.
they're kind of like, they go this way a little bit, that direction. They're not like straight, so I don't know. I think they're also longer, the legs, but also yeah, like the animations are much cleaner. So I was like, might as well use the Battle Queen skeleton and like, wait, is her pants mirrored? Okay, I have to fix that. Whoopsie. What was I saying? The animations are better. The proportions seem better as well. So I figured we would use that as a base and then kind of like work to make it a bit different from the ultimate skin, because I want to make the ultimate skin still special. I don't want to like copy the animations one to one. Also because like in her base skin it'd be weird if she was like acting kind of queenly, I guess. Because some of those animations are like very pompous. And while that is fitting for Katarina, I don't think it's necessary to like emphasize. Because she's not like a Draven, you know? Okay. Pretty good block out there. Now let's jump into the hair. Like I said, I like the Wild Rift colors better. It's a little bit pinker. Always keeping in mind about the top-down lighting. Overall, like they also do like a upwards gradient, so let's actually go ahead and try that. I'm gonna make a position map. Position, let's make that. So I can show you guys what that's like. Okay, so I do a black mask, and then what is it? I think it's a filter generator. Filter. Nope, it's a generator. 3D linear gradient. And obviously it's a top down. I'm gonna invert it. And you can see how that kind of masks out the lower half to be brighter in this case. I'm gonna make this a different color so we can actually see it better, like green. And I'm gonna extend it like up to there, I think. And decrease the contrast. So you can see how it gets more intense at the bottom and then, you know, kind of fades upwards. Stream is about 0.2 FPS. Maybe your bitrate is too high. Yeah. And then I'm going to set this to multiply. And you can kind of do whatever color you want to see how it plays out with the textures. It's not really pronounced here. Her old model. This is not her old model. This is the Wild Rift model. It's a very low res texture and very low poly. So, but I still think the textures, like, I'm pretty sure they painted at a much higher quality and it probably looked a lot better. But I like the way they handled the colors, the lights and the shadows, so it's not the worst. But yeah, when you view it close up like we are right now, it's pretty bad. But I mean, it's meant for a mobile game, so it's not supposed to be. So you can see there's like a much more darkness at the bottom here, which will help us later on. I'm not going to focus on that right now. I usually do that at the very end, and then paint on top of it. Here's her actual face. You guys probably want to see that. So what I did was I compiled a bunch of references of Katarina's face, including fan art, concept art of Cafe Cutie Katarina. I think the artist was an anonymous artist. I think they did a really great job depicting her there, and it feels consistent with these ones. The PC is crying. Yeah, probably. I didn't want to reuse any of her faces. I wanted to repaint it from scratch. A little bit ago, I actually, after the icons came out, the champion icons, I wanted to make a new face for her that felt pretty accurate to that. So I feel like this is pretty close. I kind of do the eyebrows a little bit differently, but I think it's pretty close. But yeah, For her entire ASU, I would be using this face across all models, including some of the newer skins, which I'm gonna leave mostly untouched. I'm just gonna like match them up to the rig. So here I'm starting out with highlights for the hair. Kind of bumps out a little bit here. And it depends on the animations in game, but usually like the middle of the hair, you put a little bit of highlight. Actually soften this brush. And then you go back down to darkness. It's not like a linear kind of, you know, dark to light, light to dark. I wish I had a Caitlyn example here. I like that your models have an arcane feeling to them. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that was a thing, but cool. I actually really like that. Yeah, I mean, I can't say too much about how the current models look. I think especially some of the newer skins, like they do a really good job of, you know, handling the model and modeling it for silhouette, and then also painting really high quality textures. It's really cool to see how their skins have evolved throughout the years. So I hope my models will also kind of have that same feeling. I'm always looking to newer skins to see what they do differently. I think that's really important to adapting to changes. Seeing how other artists do it and like how you can kind of change your ways a little bit to adapt to that. And you might find a new way of rendering stuff. That could be even better by comparison. So you can see some of the color theory that's happening here. And I think this is really important to do when you're rendering in general for League of Legends. You want to keep the shadows a lot cooler colors, and obviously the highlights much warmer, just to emphasize the contrast even more. And contrast is really important whenever you're doing stuff for League, because you're viewing the model's super small on the screen. So that's something to think about whenever you're doing this stuff. The highlights here are kind of like stylistically cooler, with the midtones being the actual like red color that we know Katarina for. I mean, hair is a little bit different. It's kind of like whatever you decide on. I think Akshan has like brown midtones, like really brownish midtones, but then his like the darker color is a little bit more desaturated and bluish, and then the highlights are actually, I think, blue as well. Let me actually pull that up. Do I have that here? Yes, I do. So you can see like the midtones. You see how this is like the most brownish, like saturated brown color, and then it gets cooler, and then it gets obviously darker and desaturated, which is pretty cool. Like the artist did a great job on that. It really helps to make those highlights pop out a lot. You can see on this Coven Ari hair, they did also kind of a warmer, like a very saturated mid-tone. and desaturated kind of golden color for the highlights. And since it's an ombre, like, can't really tell the shadows. IDKY, but Wild Rift Cat changed her red colors to pinkish tone, even in her abilities icon and VFX. It's probably the censoring, to be honest, because they have to like try to make things not look like blood 100% for China, because it's like against their culture or whatever. I don't know too much about it, but they do not like blood. It's not cool. They also don't like skulls and stuff. Anything that could like disrespect the dead, I think, is their philosophy. They just don't like that. But yeah, that's why you see like Vladimir has like grape juice as all of his abilities. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't really mind it for Katarina because it's kind of like more individual for her. It makes her pop out more as an individual. Because Swain is like full on red, no? I'd have to look into that. But Noxus uses like a lot of strong red colors, but I think her having like a bit more pinkish makes her feel more feminine, I guess. So let's turn off the wireframe and see how that looks. That's pretty good, I think. I like that pink color. Yeah, the grape juice. Let's get back some of the red color. What I'm probably gonna do is like decrease the size that the highlight is taking up, because I really want this red color to be like more pronounced. Because obviously that's what we know Katarina for. The iconic red hair. I think that's good. And then let's kind of roughly block out some of the metal. I might stop the stream here soon, just because I don't want to do like too much. I just want to take it a little bit easier for the first stream, so I can like fix up all the settings and stuff, and create a better experience for the next time. Also, I'm sure there will be like more people viewing, and I want as many people to see this part of the process as possible. This might be up on my YouTube, so you can always watch it later. So for people who didn't catch the stream on time, like, hopefully this will be up for you guys. But before I end the stream, I'm gonna test it in game so you guys can see. I already rigged her, and all I have to do is change the texture. I'm gonna have to find like a mute button that I can use whenever I clear out my throat.
Dry eye drops typically work by lubricating the eyes. They may provide temporary relief.
I don't know how to do that yet.
That's why I asked
Kind of
my eye
embarrassing.
doctor about Zytra.
Zygra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Zytra?
It can provide lasting symptom relief in some patients with continuous use. Prescription Zygra, lifitegrast ophthalmic solution 5%, is approved to treat the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if you are allergic to Zygra. Common side effects include eye irritation.
Yeah, I'm also gonna have to fix up these UVs because some of them are unintentionally weird. Which means, because of how little space we have, some of the textures are going to be a little bit more pixelated and lower quality. but I mean, it is what it is. Like, we're not using 4K textures here for League. Probably the highest texture they have, the biggest one, is like 2048 by 2048. And they use those for maps, not champions. The highest for a champion is 1080, or not 1080, 1024 by 1024. Everything is square. Well, actually, that's not true. For champions like, I think Urgot and Braum, who has like a really big shield, they actually kind of combine 512 by 512. So you end up with like 512 by 1024 on the width. And I guess that's because, like, if he was 512 by 512, like, by comparison to other champions, he would look much lower quality textures. They don't do that for Graves, though. Graves has a square texture and everything, like his cape, which is like huge, and his gun is all on the same square texture. And it's 512, so it's super low quality. If they decided to do like 512 by 1024, then his texture would be a lot higher quality. It is what it is, though. Like, he's an old champion. You guys doing VFX changes? Not too much to her base skin, I think. Like, I feel like her base skin VFX is pretty good. Oh, this needs to be metal. Her base VFX is pretty good, I feel like, but I might add like a couple idle VFX, because I really liked Minigami's like hand VFX here. It looks like, you know, it incorporates her blood magic element, which we found out is a thing that's actually canon through her comics. And I want to be able to showcase that through her idols. I also want to add it to her Q animation, because the Q animation, she throws her dagger and then it randomly pops up on her hand. And nothing, there's like no VFX to kind of like explain why that's happening. So I'd like to add it there as well. Because like the idea is like her daggers, she's like a magnet for her daggers. Like whenever she throws them, then she can like reach out and calls out to them. And then they kind of zoop back to her. So I want to be able to showcase that in the game as well. Okay. I think this is a pretty good blockout. Let's actually get the dagger as well. Just a rough blockout. Their base VFX are boring. I mean, what else can you do to it? I mean, I'd like to hear about your ideas, because I feel like there's not too much we can do to it. I don't want to put like a huge decal on her ult like she has on Fairy Court. I don't know. I'm not much of a VFX guy, even though I do VFX on all my skins, but I personally think her base skin is fine, but I'm open to your ideas. I could have more stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take a look at it. Probably Samira has like a lot more cooler stuff. She has like petals and stuff, but she's literally like, her title's like the Desert Rose or something, so it makes sense. But no other Noxus champion have petals on their VFX. I don't think it would make sense for Katarina, because she's like a quiet assassin. Well, not really quiet, but she's not like a fighter like Sett, right? I don't know. I'll be interested to hear about your ideas. So I think that's it. I'm just gonna keep it pretty basic for now, but let's go ahead and check this out in game. Go ahead and export, and then I'm gonna pull up my Katarina folder. I have it named Katarina ASU. This is where I have all my skins, my custom skins organized. I'm gonna open this up in Photoshop. And let's get our texture, just slap it on. There we go. You can see there's an improvement already. Pretty nice. Save that. And then close out everything. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I'm gonna save that. And I don't know why I closed my folder. Shoot. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we at? Katarina. Run. And let's pull up League of Legends. Ugh. Can't see the chat. Oh, I got a key. Let's go. Key fragment. Live opening. Let's make a key. Let's see what we get. Callisto, let's go. Wow. Okay. Alright, let's test in game now. Hopefully there are no problems.
Violence solves everything.
Yay. Okay. Here
Keep
we are
friends
in game.
close and enemies guessing.
I mean, it looks pretty good for a blockout, in my opinion. Yeah, she's using the Battle Queen animations, but we're gonna change it up later. Because again, I don't want to like decrease the value of that skin. Here we are. She feels a lot like smoother, I feel like. And that's thanks to all of the like blending of animations and the animation in. Here we are running to ult.
The dance of blades.
Stop ult. Yep.
Unmatched.
Pretty good. Her weights are still like a little iffy.
Well, you can.
But yeah. I think that's it for this stream, guys. Thanks for popping in and supporting me and chatting. We'll do more later, next time. I'll let you know on Discord and Twitter as well. So that's it for today.